What up, everybody? Welcome to Ray to Ramble.
Welcome.
We are going to be talking some wrestling today. We got some Hell in a Cell results. The belts are on the line again.
Yeah.
Iffy's current champion, chowing down
He's the
on
Ramble
some
King.
pumpkin spice. How is that pumpkin spice Cheerios?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
You want to try it?
I saw those in the grocery store the other day,
let's give it a
and
go.
they're legit. I
let's see.
I fucks
just
with
had, like, a
pumpkin
handful
spice,
right
so
now.
it was pretty good.
But the
Legit. Try it with milk.
funniest thing about this, I just had some. But
No, get it out my face.
I had some. No, they're really good.
They are
but
good.
The funny thing about that is that Matt walked over and took back his box and said, I need that back. That's my breakfast.
Yeah, he came back and snatched it back.
But he was like so shy about it. He was so like, hey,
Yeah, he was like, hey, it's my breakfast.
that's my breakfast. So good. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to be talking about some Hell in a Cell results. We're going to be talking about Raw last night.
Woo.
Some big stuff.
Woo.
Yeah.
Some weird stuff.
What's up, mycelium?
Some cool. Yeah. Oh, the glasses are on. Let's go.
Oh yeah, we got some hot gossip to talk about involving your boy Neville. What's going on with Sami Zayn? He's talking about it on the Smackdown tonight. So we're doing all of that, and you might have noticed the fourth chair. We got someone popping in a little bit. You know him, you love him. Mr. Andy Campbell will be popping in here. He might be cashing in.
You never know.
He might be cashing in. And I'm also going to pull up the new Shield shirt because I do not like it.
Why didn't they just use the old Shield shirt? Like, why did they go, we got to make
They would
it
have. Yeah, I don't know.
We got to make it new. We got to make it new, Vince. I got ideas for you, baby boy.
So I got to pull that up for sure. Yep.
I'm
right.
trying to host this.
I don't
Is
like
this
channel.
3 fists?
I don't like that blue.
The shield. Yeah, just no.
So yeah, we'll talk about all this. So
The Hounds of Justice.
but let us go in order. We have to talk about, of course, Hell in a Cell. Oh, there it is, right there on the screen. Yeah, let's talk about this since it's up there on the screen right now. This is the new Shield shirt. Obviously, the Shield reunited, along with a new shirt. And look, it might be nitpicky. I don't like that blue. I don't know what to say. I don't know how else to talk about it. I don't like the blue. It doesn't look good on camera.
Also, yeah, the fists coming together in such a weird way. Not a fan all around.
Shirts too, and also them WWE shirts. We talked about them shirts. Them shirts too damn thick.
Oh yeah,
Right? So you have a little
look at this
shield
right here. Like I'm a thick boy, and usually I'm bustling.
There ain't
through my
no
shirts.
definition in that shirt, bro.
Exactly. I'm just too. The material's too thick.
But listen, we've seen it. We've seen how like Cena looks like he's wearing baggier than hell shirts. He might be wearing shirts that fit perfectly.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't tell nothing. You
Yeah.
can't tell nothing from that shirt. Kaiju's furious too. Kaiju's so pissed. He knows.
Pissed.
He knows. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about this shirt. I'm not loving it. I don't know what you change about it. It feels busy. It feels busy. Along with the three hands and their individual logos, plus the blue and all those other stuff. Feels like a busy shirt. I kind of like my shirts.
What does it say on the back? It says
Serenity
the back-
Valley says,
Even on
I don't
it.
hate it. He likes the
It's
blue.
underneath the shield. It says, what?
Sierra Hotel.
Oh, their old thing.
India. Echo.
Delta, Shield, doo-doo. Walk through the crowd with their skull masks.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They're like, we're part of Naval Team 6.
Yeah.
What is this? I wasn't around for the first shield.
Oh, so this was there. So like how all the WWE stuff has like the glass shatter or anything like that to indicate, oh, this person's music. What you usually heard with the Shield was Sierra, Delta, India,
Sierra
Echo.
Hotel, India.
Yeah, Lima, Delta, Shield. Doo-doo. Let me see if I can find it. I'll find
Okay.
it
Because by the
real
time I
quick.
started watching, they had already broken up. They had just broken up, I should say. So this is good, actually. This is all right. The old school.
Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield.
That's a dumb.
Yeah.
See, but for me, as in, what about the new? Are they gonna start using that song? Is that what they're doing?
If they probably will at TLC. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me if they come
Yeah.
through the crowd at TLC, old school.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, but a t-shirt aside, really that was cool last night. Last night was very cool with the Shield getting together.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
Reunited, going at it like they used to, both on the Miztourage and on Braun Strowman. Doing what the Shield used to do, which is just like attacking randos to some degree.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun. And the fact that, despite my opinion on the shirt, the fact that they have a shirt makes me think that this is going to last longer than the 2 weeks into TLC.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy about. I was kind of worried, were they just going to do a half-ass reunion where it's like, oh, it's the Shield, but it's just the tag champs and Roman.
I'm just hoping we actually start building stables Like we got Shield.
I love stables.
We got
but
New Day.
This is the time. Remember last year when they were building stables like way
Yeah.
too late? We're like, oh, this would have been a great Survivor Series
Yeah.
match
Yep.
at the Rumble.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
but,
yeah, so excited about that. All the Shield stuff was really good, and now TLC with Miz, Cesaro, Sheamus, and Braun taking on the Shield. I think that's going to be a pretty cool match. And also worth noting, it's the first time Roman Reigns has gotten cheered for doing his moves in 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Superman punch suddenly got pops instead of boos.
Oh, yeah.
Because it then led into dirty deeds.
yeah.
We're back. They finally found a way. I mean, this is
AJ. Yep.
this is probably why it's gonna blow up is because
He's
they
cashing
finally.
in. Oh, no!
Oh!
I'm the most realest champ in the room.
Hello.
How's it
I
going?
found it.
Yeah.
I didn't get lost.
Andy, quick hot take, real opinion, real fast. The blue on the Shield shirt. What do you think?
I'll take 100.
We don't like it.
Here's my thing is like, look, they really leaning into the cop aspect of this,
Yeah.
and I gotta say,
Oh, I didn't think about that.
now's not the time. Now is not the time.
Yeah.
Let's,
No.
Yeah, right.
let's push that back for a few.
I gotta kneel in front of the screen so I can get it closer.
Oh my God!
Damn.
Oh my God! That's probably the best joke that's gonna be
There,
on
let's
this
pop-
episode.
let's make that blue
Holy
pop.
shit. Oh my gosh!
I like how
Oh, Andy got me. Oh, hold on. We gotta take a second to appreciate
I have
that.
bad vision.
they made those shirts in like an hour, by the
Oh.
way. They did the segment where they came out, and then an hour later, they had some dude in the back like print them up, right?
Put him out right there for him.
You know, he was ironing them as he was still like trying to get them ready.
Oh gosh!
Oh boy. So yeah, that was what happened with the Shield. We'll talk about the rest of Raw, but first we got to get to our Hell in the Cell predictions. There's a championship on the line, but let's talk
That's
about overall before we get into who has the who wins the belt. Iffy, what you think of Hell in the Cell overall?
You know, there were some things I didn't like Knock losing again. We need to stop. Let Knock lose. Let him win. We like him.
We like
Not just
him.
lose, but
But-
like lost fairly clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over. It's over.
But then you have like, you know, I thought AJ was gonna take it, and they're actually following through with this Corbin push. I don't know why
Yeah.
I thought it when they're pushing Corbin. They love
Yeah.
Corbin. They love them some Corbin. And like Yabba Dabba said, I don't know if she's in chat right now, but like there was like a little snafu. We thought he was in trouble a bit.
Yeah.
But he rose up out of it.
I'm glad. It makes me happy.
Yeah, the Shane KO match I thought was great. The
right.
tag match was great. Charlotte and Natty was okay with a weird ending to me. Like Natty was winning, and then she attacked Charlotte with a chair.
Yeah.
But you were winning.
That was weird. Yeah, you're winning, but you want to make sure that you keep the title.
Just a cheap way to extend a feud and set something up with probably Rick later on or
Yeah.
some shit, you know.
Yeah.
Because that's when we want the cash in.
Yeah.
Right. Rick comes out to congratulate Charlotte for a big victory, and then
He
And then-
teaser.
Homegirl cashed it in, and then
FABOLOUS.
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
Rick
boy.
versus James Ellsworth at Mania.
There you go.
What a match!
Cut it.
What a match! So let's go through the card.
Okay.
We did have a
We got
pre-show
it.
match.
Yeah. Oh yeah. we didn't get in time to predict for
No.
the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not at all.
Uh,
It's okay.
What was the pre-show match? I forgot. I've already forgotten.
We don't even care about it.
Yes,
let's,
sure.
It was good.
Let's just
that-
move
that
on
one.
to the actual show here. We're
forgot.
spending too much
Oh,
time
Kaiju
talking
has
about
opinions and they're
pre-show.
hot.
Kaiju.
I got the biggest pre-show. The pre-show at my house is when me and my mom fight over do we use Velveeta or American cheese for the nachos, and that's the pre-show fight over at my place.
Velveeta, 100%. You use Velveeta. This is a question?
I'm on the edge of my cheese.
American cheese is the best cheese for nachos.
No, ew.
Yes, you use American cheese. You don't get the guacamole out of here. Get it out. Deport the
Just American
guacamole.
cheese on
What we're
tortilla
gonna
chips.
use is we're gonna use green salsa on top of American cheese.
Go and sit
That's
down.
right. Hype Brothers versus Benjamin and Gable. That was a pre-show.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
Exactly
I told
what it
you.
was.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
right. Oh, yeah.
That's what you said.
Oh, boy. Oh,
Well,
boy.
all I know is that Zack Ryder took the pin for that
Sure did.
Yeah.
because he
And
deserves
they didn't
it.
color coordinate them tights, them
Andy,
hype
look
bros.
at this.
What?
Okay, so we also want to talk. Do you want to go through the things now? Or do you want to talk about that?
Let's go through the things because we're
Okay,
gonna
word.
get into this.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we'll talk
T-shirt
about that.
T-shirt came up early.
Okay. All right.
Because I was hot on that
So we
shirt.
had,
I never come
I
up
had
early.
hot takes on that shirt.
Yeah, you had the hottest
and I haven't
takes.
calculated this yet either.
Ooh,
actually.
live on the air.
Live. Okay, Iffy, and then Cam. Okay. So,
Live math?
live math.
I'm scared.
Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler. So we
Match
picked.
of the night.
Yeah, we picked. Cameron and I both picked Bobby Roode. So did Iffy. That is a point for everybody on the
Yeah.
board.
And so
It
let's
was
talk about that one real
glorious.
quick. By all accounts, everyone was saying these guys would have been tearing it up on the house show circuit. They were having like match of the night, 4 or 5 stars. So I think there was a lot of hype going into this match, and it was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine. But they're extending the feud, so my hope is that we are going to get some amazing match at the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, I hope
or
so.
Starcade. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. All right, next match we had AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. These are not in order, by the way. These are just in order of what the way we did it. AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin. So Cameron and I both picked Baron, and
With the last minute addition of the
that's
perfect
right,
10.
the
of
perfect
course.
10, right? But even after that, I still stuck with Corbin. Iffy chose AJ Styles.
Yeah, I thought.
no point for you, Cameron.
Yeah.
I get a point, baby.
Yeah, I thought WWE. I thought WWE.
There you go, thinking the most talented wrestler would win.
How dare you?
Foolish. Well, because now this is where they got to put Nakamura. They got to have Nakamura fight Baron Corbin again for the belt.
Shoot, right?
Oh.
This match was very good. New Day versus Usos.
Very good.
Always.
Very good.
Always very good.
Yeah.
They did excellent on Talking Smack also.
Oh, yeah.
If people go out and watch that if you didn't watch Talking
Double
Smack.
oos.
Cameron picked New Day. Janelle and Iffy picked Usos. That's a point for Janelle and Iffy.
Woo!
Damn it!
Yeah. All right, baby. All right, Randy Orton versus Rusev.
Yeah.
Okay.
No brainer.
Yep. Well, actually, you picked Orton, and then Cameron and I both picked Rusev.
It's a
I
no-brainer.
had
They
hope.
won't
I
let this
had hope.
loser die. They won't
Yep.
let Randy Orton die.
Yep,
I don't know
that's true.
why.
So that's-
He wasn't. No one liked him when he started. He was a piece of shit, and somehow
true.
they still won't let him die.
I just had such hope.
He's a
Stop
meme.
retweeting David A. Clark. Fucking Randy Orton.
So that now we're even. So Janelle and Iffy both had 3. Cameron had 2.
Damn it.
Natalia versus
Damn it.
Charlotte. Janelle and Cameron picked Charlotte, and you picked Charlotte as well. We all
Yeah.
picked Charlotte, and Natalia. Well, Charlotte technically won,
Yeah.
right? So we all
Yeah.
get a
Technically
point.
won.
She technically
won.
won.
Yeah.
She technically won.
Yep.
So we all get a point for that.
We also did have a side bet about whether if she had won and it was for the belt, was there going to be the cash in?
And
Yeah.
we all said no. Oh, 2 of us said no. And you said yes.
Yeah.
So we both get a point. All right, awesome.
Real happy about me being wrong about
This
that.
is the first time I could possibly be champion, all right? I'm excited. All right. Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke. We all picked Jinder, I believe. Did you pick Knock? No, you picked Knock.
Knock,
You
yeah.
picked Knock.
I
Oh,
picked
that's a
Knock.
point for me and for
Yeah,
Cameron.
I thought maybe
Yeah.
WWE wouldn't screw over Knock
Maybe.
again. I was
Again,
wrong.
foolish to think they would take stock in such talent.
And that's what happens when you bet with your heart, not your mind.
I bet with my heart on this one because I can't bet against KO. Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. Janelle picked Kevin. Everybody else picked Shane. That's right. Did you pick anybody for that one? You did not, Iffy.
Oh shit! I forgot to send in a pick.
It doesn't matter.
Best match on the card.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter because you would have had 5 even if you did. And I got 7. I am the Rumble King. I am the Ramble King of predictions. Thank you very much. This
You
ball
alone are the most
It's
king.
coming home with me as it always does anyway.
Damn.
Awesome. All right.
mad.
Fair enough. Fair
Good job.
enough.
Hey, hey,
We
hey.
actually do need to get a Ramble King crown at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
For
All right.
real.
Cool.
Well,
Cool.
I work across the street from Burger King.
Get one from there. We talked about this on the Discord, by the way. So if you were not in the Discord, you missed out because we were all in there. It's fun to go in there as we're watching the pay-per-view. And
active.
we talked about doing possibly doing like a league for everybody, fantasy league, where we can just do fantasy predictions, and then we'll do once a quarter for the pay-per-views. We'll add them up, and then the quarterly winner will win a prize from us. For predicting. So you guys will be a part of that. Make sure you guys jump into the Discord, the wrestling channel. You don't need to be a subscriber to join into the wrestling
No,
channel.
you don't.
You don't. We
Yes,
want
you just
everybody
get
in there.
there.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Everybody.
And it's not just the days that wrestling is on. We
No.
also talk about rumors sometimes. I'm
Of
currently
course.
reading the Jim
Yeah.
Ross book, so I'll probably
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about that once I'm done. It's very good. And so, yeah, definitely jump in the Discord and become active with us. So let's talk about the rumor train. Let's get on this rumor train.
Uh-oh.
There is a rumor, and it is a hot rumor, that Neville has asked for his release from WWE.
Ooh.
Which is why he was not on last night. Apparently, the original plan was that Neville was going to face Enzo last night and lose clean. And he then asked for his release papers and left an hour before Raw.
Wow.
And then that's at the last second when it suddenly decided that Kalisto, who they'd already brought on last week, there was suddenly going to be a match. And then Kalisto won.
He won.
Which made people think the rumor might be true because WWE does have a tendency to be like, oh, you left because you were going to lose? Now we're going to put another guy in that spot, and he's going to win.
Yeah.
That'll learn him.
Yep.
Which is sort of what happened with the Daniel Bryan CM Punk thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want to be in the main event? Fuck you. Daniel Bryan's in the main event, and he's winning. So that's sort of their thing. But we'll see. So far, it's the update on the rumor is that it's still a rumor.
Yeah.
Nothing has been confirmed. That's the big update. Not every wrestling site is talking about it. So I don't know. We'll see. It's interesting because Neville's been great. We love Neville here, and he was a champ for a very long time. But obviously, he was.
And this is a pro wrestling sheet, but they don't usually write stories if they don't have at least a credible source. And there's a source in there that could be uncredible wrestling Twitter account, but they wouldn't publish something unless there were some truth behind it. So they must have multiple sources, and that's a bummer. But I will say, okay, Neville, with this heel attitude, would do fantastic in New Japan.
If anyone could crush it on the indies, leaving WWE, it would be
Neville.
Do we think he's gonna try and go to Japan, or what do we think?
I don't know.
I think he's had some time there, so he's got connects. I mean, you know.
And that's the thing too, is like this is now following a pattern because Austin Aries, a similar thing where he had to drop the title.
Wasn't there rumored that is Rusev still trying to leave early? I don't know if that was a hunk of junk.
We were talking about that a couple weeks ago.
We talked about it, and there never seemed to be.
He would do well too.
It wasn't like oh no, it's not true, but it was also like never. Like he never came out and said like not at all Rusev here forever or anything like that.
Every day Rusev day in WWE.
The ultimate recent success story is Cody. Like look how well Cody is doing. He's in the biggest faction that's not that doesn't have the WWE name on it.
It's them against each other, us against them.
It's the best decision he ever made in the industry. Was Cody leaving WWE.
Something that we're asking who's getting 2K18. I think we're going to try. I know me and Janelle have been talking about getting it to play here to do some.
I want to play as Colonel Sanders.
When are we going to make characters of ourselves and have a 2v2?
That was my big thing. I think that was way back with 2K16. I had Thug Wolf. That was my wrestler, Thug Wolf.
I could do that because.
But then he has to do a Superman punch. Ew.
I hate that.
Would you just guffaw?
That's true.
I'm just reading.
In
your
the custom games, you can make a woman, but you could never use the woman to wrestle other guys.
That's right. I remember that.
I would make my favorite wrestler, Soldier 76, right over here. I would make that guy. That's gonna be my guy.
It'd have to be Grillmaster. Give him the glasses.
No, Grillmaster.
the cargo shorts and the Hawaiian shirt. And the socks and sandals.
That was back in the day. I used to stream the journeys of Iffy, Waddy Way, the Thug Wolf, which was crazy because they had those like voice recordings. So it was always like the Thug Wolf. I just came in and I had red and black shorts with a wolf on the back. I was really in it.
And he always gives himself a lucha mask. He's always giving himself a lucha mask.
Of course.
Oh, that's so good.
It has a very deep backstory. It would take hours, but I won't go into it here.
I want to hear it someday.
Yeah, Grandmaster Halloween Terror just came out today on Overwatch.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yes. And my girl Anna finally got a legendary skin.
Are you a GM, Michael? Because you might need to carry me. How about that?
No big deal.
Yeah, Janelle streamed some of that today, right?
Yeah, I did. I streamed some of that. We did some Junkenstein earlier on dealing damage from 3 to 6, which we do every Tuesday. Next week we'll be doing more of that. Make sure you guys are there for that. Yeah, it's very fun. Yummy. All right, so what are we going through here with Kevin Owens?
Well, so this is the Sami Zayn thing. So the major thing that happened in Hell in a Cell, outside of like, oh my God, they buried Nakamura again. You fucking madmen. You had this beautiful plate of gold and you have shit on it. Sami Zayn thing was the big thing with the Shane McMahon. So he came out to explain tonight on SmackDown and basically did the being a good guy and a face has gotten me nowhere. You being the way you are, Kevin, has gotten you championship after championship and all these other things, so that he's done doing what he's been doing.
I didn't get a chance to watch that stuff. I want to see. So SmackDown. This is the first. So nothing happened on Raw because this was that was Shane McMahon and Kevin are on SmackDown. So we didn't hear anything about that until today. Didn't get a chance to see that yet. So Cameron's going through and saying what Zayn came out and told Kevin Owens about. This was the opening segment?
Seemingly, yeah. Yeah. Owens came out on his own and started talking about how he had beaten Shane McMahon. Then Zayn came out, and Zayn had said that he realized that, being a good guy was doing nothing for him, that he was getting nothing but mediocrity throughout his run on SmackDown. And he had warned Shane McMahon about Kevin Owens, and Shane McMahon had kind of brushed him off, so that woke him up. And that he says he was originally rooting for McMahon in this match, but once McMahon and Owens should have lost the match after the table spot, but once McMahon went to the top of the cell, Sami Zayn said he realized Shane McMahon had lost his mind and was going to help Kevin Owens.
Woke Sami Zayn.
Woke ass Sami Zayn.
But people are saying this is a great segment, so I'm very excited to go home and watch this tonight.
Yes, me too.
So yeah, that was the major thing that came out of this pay-per-view was the Sami Zayn stuff. Grandmaster, we literally just talked about the Neville.
You were too late.
Oh, you missed it by moments. But yeah, so the Sami Zayn thing I like. I think it's interesting that he's been a babyface since NXT, and it doesn't seem to have given him a big push.
I like it because he has a program. He has anything. He has TV time.
Yeah,
and it puts him with Kevin, which is exciting.
And yeah, SmackDown's happening right now as we're taping. So if there's any big things with Nakamura or anything like that, we will talk about that next week.
Who?
Yeah, now.
Can I say one thing? I have a guy that comes to my bar who is the total casual viewer. He only watches, the only thing in wrestling he watches is Raw and SmackDown weekly. He doesn't watch the pay-per-views. So he's my filter of the untrained eye, for better or for worse. And he says he hates Nakamura. Doesn't know anything about his New Japan run. He's like, ooh, the weird stuff with the things. He's like, I don't get it. And Kinshasa, he says it looks ugly as a finisher. I'm like, first of all, go kill yourself. Second of all, it goes to show, it's what people see of him. It is, the filter that he's gone through, and it's how they've been handling him.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, because how can anybody hate Nakamura? Oh yeah, WWE handling
he's
him.
The entrance is whatever. I'm like, oh
God.
I'm telling you, because NXT was enough for me. I remember I never saw New Japan, but just seeing him in NXT, I'm like, great. This is my guy.
He doesn't watch NXT. That's the thing too.
Yeah,
so he just
exactly.
watches
for a guy that doesn't know what NXT is.
Doesn't pay for the network, just straight up TV stuff.
Well, it's also the thing too is what's interesting about it. I watched last week's SmackDown, and Nakamura goes in the ring and he's doing a conversation, and the Singh brothers come out. And it's just one of those things where he's talking. This is the most obvious wrestling thing. He's talking to the Singh brothers, yelling outside, and then Jinder Mahal gets him from behind and beats him up. And I'm just like, all right.
Cute Looney Tunes music. It's classic.
I know. You're like, oh,
classic mix-up.
Oh, boy. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. So let's talk about Raw last night, because Raw had some moments on top of the Shield thing. The Alexa Bliss stuff ends up being still great. She's awesome. The fact that, oh my God, her name just went out of my brain. So many memories.
Mickey?
Mickey James. Mickey James calling her, what was it, cupcake butt? Or something like that. That got the entire arena
she got going
cupcake butt. Cupcake butt. And Alexa Bliss is great because Alexa Bliss has great facial expressions where she does not let the crowd bother her at all. Like when Charlotte came up to the main roster, the crowd could throw her. Alexa Bliss has never been thrown by the crowd at all. She goes right into it. So that was good. However, the other side of the coin is the other stuff they did with the women on Raw, which was, I don't understand it. It's so boring. They had a 5-way match,
of course,
that no one seemed to know what it was going to be.
Of course,
about whether it was originally just going to be the first to get a pin, and then Dana Brooke got eliminated. So it was Bayley, Sasha Banks, Dana Brooke, Alicia Fox, and Emma. And it was whoever gets the first pin gets to face Asuka at TLC. And then Dana Brooke got pinned, and it says now Dana Brooke is eliminated. So it's like, I guess this is an elimination match. Yeah. Never mind. Everyone, we're bad. Emma ended up winning, which means Asuka's going to keep her undefeated streak going into TLC. But this is the thing that's weird to me. On top of the fact that the match wasn't well done and it was not advertised well, no mention of Nia. Don't know where she's at. Just gone.
After doing so well, too.
After doing so well, then she was like back up with Alexa last week.
They were like, you're doing too well.
Like they're friends again. Now she's not there. Alicia Fox wanted to be in the match because she doesn't have a T-shirt.
I was gonna say in her 10 years in working with the company, she does not have a single piece of merchandise.
Yeah. So she mentioned that.
Well, Ty Dillinger too, didn't he say he took him years to get his, but that's kind of messed up. But who's gonna buy a Fox shirt? I guess.
I probably would. Ironically, actually, I think I would buy a. Her real name was her character name was Cameron, but what's her name? Who was like, well, on the famous. It's the famous scene from Tough Enough where Stone Cold's like, "What's your favorite match?" And she goes like, "Alicia Fox versus so and so," and Stone Cold goes,
"Like, are you serious?
Who?
That's your favorite match?"
You've never seen Stone Cold more real life mad.
Yeah.
Who? So, but this is the thing that's weird. And I mean, I've often talked about, like, I like when not every feud has to be about the title. However, it is weird to me that these 5 women were like, Kurt, I want the opportunity to face Asuka. I want to face Asuka. And it's something that's not for the belt. So I don't understand why you have a 5-way elimination match for someone to just have a match. In the Attitude Era, that would be the equivalent of like 5 guys having an elimination style pin match that's barely advertised so that one of them could face Goldberg, who is not the champion.
Yeah, I feel
and you're like, what?
And I feel like the sad part is it could write itself because it'd be like, I want to be the one to break her undefeated streak.
Which no one mentioned.
Yeah.
That was not
like,
mentioned
no,
at all.
no one, it's, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it was one of those things, and so very, so I don't know, just not great. Sasha Banks needs to just turn heel. She's not a good face. I love Sasha Banks. She's a talented wrestler. She's a terrible face. It's too cutesy.
Yeah.
It's just her and Bayley trying to be cute, and that's fine for Bayley. But Sasha Banks was great in NXT when she was like this hard-ass bitch boss character, and ever since she's come to the main roster, she's just like, I'm friends. And I'm friends with everybody.
Boom.
And Eddie Guerrero, I love him. And I'm a little bit of an attitude, but mostly I'm emotional. And the reason she blew up in NXT was because she was like super cool and a super hard ass. And everyone, when she came up, everyone was like, wait till they turn her heel. She'll pop huge when they turn her heel. She's now the female Roman Reigns in the sense where it's been 3 years and they have not turned her heel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's hugging, she's crying all the time. And I'm like, man, I just want you to like I think it was What Culture that pointed out, like, you can't be a character that's called a legit boss if all you do is hug and cry people.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also tired of like the women bickering storylines of like backstage,
Yes.
like, oh, I've been here for this long and you forgot about me. It's my turn. And it's like, are they going to throw Asuka in that thing where they're all going to be bickering? And Asuka's like, it's like I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
It's not good. And I think to me the best storyline would have been if you knew Asuka was coming and you didn't know who she was facing, and then like Kurt Angle or someone was like, "Here's your opponent," and then you just heard that screeching sound of Paige's music.
Oh yeah.
And then it was also the return of Paige.
Yeah.
Which maybe some people would say she hadn't earned or she hadn't done it and all this, and that's fine. But at least like it'd be a surprise.
Yeah.
Whereas like now Asuka's facing Emma, and I like Emma a lot. I think Emma's very talented, who just keeps getting bad gimmicks. But that's not a match that super excites me unless like they surprise us and they give them 25 minutes.
Yeah. Right.
And it's like, holy shit, this is Emma's time to shine, which could happen. But I doubt it.
I mean, Zack Ryder just ate that pin, so I don't think they care much about Emma and Zack.
No. So let's talk about the other weird thing, which I guess Sister Abigail is not going to be another character.
Confirmation that it's not Paige.
Yeah, it's not Paige. It's not going to be anybody. It's Bray.
I got a new diva. Sister Abigail.
Yeah, it seems to be Bray in drag wearing a headscarf and doing GarageBand voice synthesizer.
Can we get a clip of that? We got to get a clip of that.
I can show a small clip of it.
They're trying real hard for. Again, I'm still a fairly new.
I love Bleacher Report's headline for Bray Wyatt's sister Abigail, alter ego, and instant fail for WWE.
Like I'm still a relatively new wrestling fan. Whatever, going on like 3 years or some shit. And like Bray was one of the standout guys. So I'm like, he's cool. He's mysterious.
Jesus Christ!
But they're doing all they can to
that.
Ruin that for me. All the mysterious shit. Like I still think he's great in ring, but
could you imagine?
Like, does he not have enough pull to disagree with this shit? Like, is he as a performer actually into it?
Could you imagine?
Oh my God!
So we got both this photo.
Oh,
that's Sister Abigail.
That's my cousin's cosplay for The Ring or something. Like,
but she just realized it was Comic-Con today.
Yeah, like oh shit. Let me.
What's the joke? Yeah, when you've been binging Netflix for 10 hours and you see your reflection, and when it asks you if you want to watch the next episode.
It was so bad, and honestly, like somebody had pointed out correctly. Could you imagine if back in the day when Kane showed up? If it's like, oh, your parents are alive too, and then it was Kane in drag. Like, instantly kill that Undertaker storyline. And at this point, what does this mean if Bray has lost every match now against Finn Balor. If he wins this one as the Sister Abigail alter ego, I don't even know what that could possibly imply.
Yeah.
I think they should have gone without the voice changer and had him do his impression of him from Powerpuff Girls. Hello, Finn Balor. It's me, Sister Abigail.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, hit that play.
From a young age, I taught him that the world is a very evil place. I taught him secrets.
Even Finn is like, what the fuck am I watching?
The darkness is so much stronger than the light. And I promised him that I would always be there by his side.
Oh my God. We gotta jump to the end too when Sister Abigail quote unquote disappears if they do it.
Oh, no, they didn't air it because they knew it was.
They knew
it was
people
too good.
It was too good. That was the problem. It was too good. Y'all, listen. I'm a defender. I defended House of Horrors match as a so bad it's good. I can't defend this.
I defended his WrestleMania gimmick shit with the projector. It's like, no, it was cool.
I liked it. I was like, I was like you, Cameron. I was defending it too.
This is indefensible to me. This whole thing is the worst. I'm so embarrassed.
I think it shows the disappearing actor.
I want to know what a kid thinks. Like that was one of the things I enjoyed about working with middle school kids is that a lot of them were wrestling fans. So I would sort of just ask them questions, and they would get pissed off that I loved Kevin Owens.
It's kind of the same dynamic with Eden at work, where he's like, I'm sure kids are like, Shinsuke sucks.
Yeah,
Roman's great.
Okay, so here's the at least appearance, if not the disappearance, but the same thing happens in reverse. But oh my God. That's like this is like a Netflix horror movie you found at 3 a.m. You're trying to come off whatever drugs you were taking throughout the day. You party too hard, and you're like, I don't know who's in this. So you're like, well, there's a ghoul on the cover and there's no star names. I'll watch this, and you watch this is the first 5 minutes of the movie, and you hate yourself for even pushing that play button, and you just end up watching more Parks and Rec.
Not seeing the high tech shit that's going in here. So
let me slide this on over.
Slow the speed down so you can see the high tech shit that they're doing, Cam.
Dude, this is
okay.
I've never been more mad.
I heard they spent $1 million on the last Fashion Files, but they filmed this in someone's backyard.
Slow motion.
Yeah.
Slow motion.
Don't blink.
Don't blink.
Don't blink.
Okay, where is Bray going? First question, where is he going? I am seeing him, but my vision is blurred. Next question, who is this new mystery person? That is not the Bray we were just looking at. This is a new person.
See if we can get some speaking at the end here.
Oh, look, I love Finn Balor being freaked out in slow motion.
He's like, man, I'm getting paid so much.
Listen to the witch laugh of a CD. Y'all, I know it's October. Listen, I know Halloween is coming. I know. That's
what I'm going to be for Halloween.
This is embarrassing.
I want to be that for Halloween.
You want to be Sister Abigail?
It'll cost like $12.
This feels like a Pirates of the Caribbean, like the Asylum tried to make a Pirates of the Caribbean ripoff movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
well,
God.
He's like Johnny Depp. He's so embarrassed that he can't show his face anymore. He has to cover it in makeup.
Did he pitch this, or did someone go to him? Was Vince like, "We're gonna make you Sister Abigail"?
And he's like, "Okay, I'll do it." Don't worry, he's gonna come out in the ring wearing a "I'm not famous" paper bag, and he's gonna win it.
Oh my God. I couldn't stop thinking about this. There was more Raw after this. This is the segment I couldn't stop. Much like I couldn't stop thinking about those fucking Blue Shield shirts. I couldn't stop thinking about this segment.
I was so happy when he broke away from the Wyatt family because I thought it was holding him back. And now I'm like, I miss Eric Rowan. Boy, do I.
Finn Balor. The start of this segment, Finn Balor came out and the crowd was doing Bullet Club, too sweet. And I was like, oh, this is dope. 2 seconds later. I've never been more whiplashed watching wrestling.
Wait a minute.
Well, it's like think about Braun Strowman a year and a half ago, and think about Bray Wyatt a year and a half ago, and what I don't know.
Braun is in a much better position.
Here's what they're thinking. They're like, oh man, people really love when Finn comes out in that makeup and he's the demon. They're like, we got to do something like that for Bray. We got to get him some makeup, but we can't just have him come out in makeup. Let's throw a scarf on that head. And we're going to have him come up in the makeup and a scarf, double demon match.
Can I buy the scarf in the WWE shop?
Oh, yeah. There you
probably will be.
Just kids in the audience with the scarf on.
Oh, my God. How could you have done this, WWE? Well, such a great character.
How can you throw such a successful Shield reunion
just straight up left
in the same episode as this fucking straight bust ass?
Guys, Iffy is gone.
Where'd Iffy go?
If anybody wants to clip this and add some vocal effects like this,
it's me, Sister Iffendale.
There's a hole
this
in
is
it.
Sister Iffendale over here.
There's a hole right here.
That's for something else.
This is Sister Iffendale here, and I want you to know this isn't the Iffy you saw before. This is a new person here to tell you I'm going to fight you.
Got a promo on Finn Balor.
Yeah, Finn Balor. I'm going to catch you in the locker room.
This Sunday,
and there's only one thing you need to worry about. Oh.
This rocking chairs match.
Oh, yes, I will get you, Finn Balor. And I will eat you through this small hole in my scarf.
I'll use the same shovel that I buried myself with to bury Sister Abigail.
I want to know this. Is this how fans older than us felt watching Kane Undertaker? Are they like, what the hell is this? Because there was nothing like this, like Kane Undertaker Ministry and all this stuff.
Well, like Katie Vick was there was that whole thing with Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that probably is how they reacted. But I mean, Katie Vick was considerably worse, obviously. Was it? This is pretty bad.
Well, it's also like, why is this feud continuing? Finn has literally beaten him in every concept, and we were kind of like, oh, well, now if Bray's gonna have like a female with him now, maybe they'll do something. And now it's literally just gonna still be Bray, as you can see, like in a sheet.
Very effective storytelling.
Easiest Halloween costume.
Yeah, you're just Bray Wyatt for Halloween.
Yeah.
Lucas, your Halloween party. I think if he's gonna come as Bray on Saturday,
I'm gonna need to borrow this sheet, by the way. But I'm there.
Someone said this out. If they felt watching The Rock being crushed by the forklift with the pallet, you mean when he was like, ah?
Oh yeah, the empty arena match. Who could forget the Super Bowl halftime empty arena match? So yeah, but other than that, with Raw, the Drifter fought the Titus brand for the 18th time, I think, in this month, and won again. No one knows what to do with anybody who's not the top guys. I don't know who the writers are. I want to talk. We have a friend who used to be a writer for WWE. I would love to talk to him.
Back.
Yeah, he's coming back. I really want to talk to him and go, are there writers for the mid card? Like, is it all the top guys in the mid card? Everyone's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't I just write for Roman? I don't know what to do with anyone else. Like the Drifter had nothing to do this week. Bray Wyatt, Finn Balor.
Apollo. Like, but just poor Apollo Crews. Like, he started to actually get a little bit of personality on Talking Smack.
Oh, he's so good.
That shit was gone.
Yeah.
They pair him up with
He was great on NXT. On NXT, he was like this.
He was. I remember I was watching. We were watching a takeover, and you were like, "Yeah, they're debuting this guy Apollo Crews." I'm like, "He's cool."
Yeah, when he came
he's
out, he was
big and fast.
Yeah, fast, like just so agile. Like I was really excited about him, and then they didn't even.
No, to kind of piggyback on Grandmaster Michael, I think it's very different. I think it's like that scene in Straight Outta Compton when they, like the rest of WWE, they're having McDonald's, and then they see like Roman Reigns and John Cena eating steak. It was like, we over here eating fat burger, y'all over here with filet mignon.
And then Vince McMahon is shook.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
By the way, I did watch the Tupac Shakur movie, All Eyes on Me.
Oh man, I heard that. Is it true that they ADR'd the Snoop Dogg lines?
Oh, it's Snoop. Snoop came in and did VO, and it's so bizarre because despite the fact that you did hire a tall, skinny African American, he looks nothing like Snoop. So therefore, Snoop's actual voice coming out of this guy is insane. So that was Raw this week. I'm actually doing a movie review for a hip hop film. That just shows you how Raw was this week. But yeah, but All Eyes on Me, y'all. What a film! Just what a film. Oh my God! What's happening?
Hey, Dad, is this you? Hell yeah, nigga. This shit knocking like a motherfucker, boy.
So that's the Snoop Dogg.
Gangsta party was in the hallway. That nigga get fucked up. For real.
So you got your chain.
Oh my gosh.
That is weird.
That looks like that dude you see at a Halloween party. It's like, who are you supposed to be? It was like, oh, I'm Snoop Dogg. It's like, nah, man, you just put an afro on.
But he sounds just like him.
Yeah, but I sound
he
like
does a great. It's just like all of Jay Farrell's impressions. Like he looks like nobody, but sounds like everybody.
They should have just gotten Jay Farrell to play Snoop.
Yeah, might as well.
I'll say this about All Eyes on Me. The guy playing Tupac is very good in a very bad movie.
Yeah.
It's so disappointing.
No, that's Snoop. Everything around him looked like trash, and he was like good.
Yeah, he's like, he entered a Lifetime movie, and he's like, I'm a real actor.
Yeah, that's an expensive looking hologram right there.
That's a bummer.
But yeah, so that's All Eyes on Me. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching Red Ramble. But yeah, so that was kind of the thing. It was kind of one of those Raws where it's like the Shield thing was so good, and all the Miz stuff and the Braun stuff was so good that it's very easy to kind of walk away from this Raw going like, good Raw. But it's still a 3-hour show, and a good chunk of it was just kind of like, not even advancing storylines.
They're also like they're structuring Raw to climax at the second hour because they know the third hour just dips off so hard, so it's like it's hard for them to structure an entire 3-hour show that pays off at the end, and it feels like that where they know people are going to tune out anyway, so put the cruiserweights there, put whatever fucking Gold Dust there.
Well, they had Jason Jordan fighting one of the club, and it's like, what's happening? Matt Hardy got beaten up by Braun Strowman and then just disappeared.
And then the Shield came out and they're the Hounds of Justice,
which is cool. But I'm like, what happened to Matt Hardy?
Yeah, Matt Hardy needed to be saved by the Shield.
Was that you? Grandmaster Michael says, "Oh, by the way, just letting you know, I watched your review for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie review. That's how I found y'all. Did you do that?"
No. Well, I popped in at the very end to say I wasn't a fan of the movie. The review itself was done by Hector, Adam, and Malika.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Awesome. That's good.
I'd say stick around. There's some cool stuff.
We watched that recently
in that department.
Yeah, we just watched it. It was really good.
Yeah, I watched it on an airplane. It's a great airplane movie. It's an amazing.
Great.
I loved
when it's on a small screen with no audio.
Well, what's the name of the Blue Ranger? He's on I'm Dying Up Here, and he's awesome.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, I thought the cast was fine. It was the script I had. I can't talk about it. Anyway.
Pink Ranger is she's going to be Jasmine. Yep, Jasmine in the Aladdin movie.
Yeah, I guess we'll talk about Enzo real quick. I like that they're kind of treating him like a heel because he has a heel personality.
And he's a heel. He's a heel backstage and out there now.
Yeah, and so I kind of like that they're using that, like just having him be his own personality. which is like obnoxious dude, and just being like, yeah, you're a heel now.
Yeah.
Him being like with Kurt Angle, I do like Kurt Angle coming up to the ring, the crowd's doing the "you suck" thing, and he goes, "Thank you," and Enzo goes, "Why are you saying thank you? They just said you suck."
Oh my gosh.
How you doing?
His chicken dance for 18 hours. Oh, I guess that's something else to bring up too. That this was like news for one day. Was Corey Graves was like his son was playing softball or baseball or something, and he said like, my son was playing softball, hit a home run. When he got to home base, he did the Enzo dance. I failed as a father. And then Enzo responded and said, "Yo, you failed as a wrestler. That's why you're behind. That's why you're behind.
That's why they put a suit and tie on you and sit your ass down."
And I'm like, he didn't fail as a wrestler. He had a concussion.
He succeeded so hard that he got injured for it. Yeah, great job, buddy. That's cool though.
Which I will say, if you've never seen the ESPN behind the scenes documentary of the WWE, Corey Graves and Adam Rose come out like looking really good. You also feel really bad for them because Corey Graves, it looks like by all accounts, Corey Graves was like a handpicked to be the next guy.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he had all the issues, and they put him in.
They had Xavier Woods in it too, right? Was that the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was when it was like mustache.
That was when we liked Adam
Rose. Xavier Woods.
That's when Adam Rose was the good guy.
Yes.
When he turned heel in real life.
IRL heel turn. Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, real life turned heel. Like Hulk Hogan.
Oh, Enzo dancing to
Oh
you.
gosh, I guess we have to talk about a lot of people are predicting Hogan's coming back. And someone immediately asked, what is your take? And it's like, my goddamn take on that. Ain't nothing to it but to say, screw you, Mr. Hogan. We'll see.
Well, we talked about this last week. You weren't here for this when we talked about the Ultimate Warrior stuff.
Oh yeah. That's why I was saying. That's why I like the Hogans, because a lot of people are like, "Oh man, the Hogan stuff." I didn't care. Ultimate Warrior was my guy, so I already went through my pain and struggles. I already went through my fallen heroes.
Yeah, that's why it's like I'm so glad Stone Cold's my guy. Because look, he doesn't say things right all the time,
but
like,
oh man,
listen. He's he's an almost 60-year-old Texan. It's as good as it's going to get. I don't agree with some of the things he said. Like when Titus O'Neil got suspended. Did you ever hear about this?
No.
Just when Titus O'Neil got suspended, someone was like, "Is Mr. McMahon racist?" And someone was like, "I don't think this is on his podcast. I don't think he's racist. You know what you did? You can't go out there shucking and jiving and grabbing Vince." And you're just like, "Ooh, I wish he didn't say shucking and jiving." At the same time, when asked about gay marriage, he's like, "I don't care. Love who you love." And I'm like, listen, he's 60 from Texas and he's a hunter. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
And, someone probably just have to hit him with the tab. Was like, choose another phrase next time.
I'm sure you just meant Hanson.
Yeah,
but connotation in the time we were in. But look.
All right, I'll get that anyway. We got to get Dan Van Kirk on here because I need him to do his Sherry's Berries bit on live.
Yeah, because Joey wrote that, so Joey's got to be here for that.
Yeah.
Too.
Nah, just Dan. Just Joey can. He's already had his chance.
We brought Joey on once.
Yeah, Joey's great. We're trying to figure out we've been talking about some Ready to Ramble stuff involving Joey and some of the UCB that we might be able to announce soonish.
Yeah.
We're meeting with Zach, and that's all we can kind of tease at the moment. But stay tuned. But yeah, it'd be great to get Dan Van Kirk on here because he's. For those of you who don't know, Dan Van Kirk does the Wahlberg. What's his podcast?
The Wahlberg experiment, I think, and then he also does Scalabro's Country, Dumb People Town. He does amazing voices. He's real funny, and his Stone Cold impersonation is just like. And he does this Stone Cold impersonation doing a Sherry's Berries ad on a podcast, and it's so good. He's like, "You get the Sherry's Berries." What's
so great though too is also watching Dan get into better shape over the last 2 years because the first time he did Stone Cold, I was kind of like, "Oh yeah, he's a bald guy." And now he's starting to like get more into shape and like build out that Stone Cold.
He's gonna turn into Stone Cold.
He's committed to the bit over 2 years of getting into better shape.
Stone Cold ET, two cheeseburgers with a little cheese on it,
with a little onion,
and that's the bottom line. Stone Cold ET.
I love the BuzzFeed video where they had Stone Cold try fruity drinks, is what I think they call it.
Oh yeah, I saw that one too.
This is a Manhattan. That's gross as hell.
Oh yeah, that was great. I love that.
This is what you call an apple teeny. But then there was some he was like, "That's pretty good."
That's pink and fruity. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah. Oh man, so good. But that's pretty much we're wrapping up our hour.
Does he do the Stone Cold for the Edge and Christian podcast?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
We can find that out pretty quickly. Let me Google that.
We want to make sure that, because if so, we want to.
But while I'm Googling that, y'all, if you have any wrestling questions, feel free, because it's been a while since we've done that. Why did I put in Google.com on top of Google?
I watched you do that, and I'm just like, that old age is starting to set in all of us, because I've done that so many times. Maybe not.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
No, I guess not.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put Danny Van Kirk Stone Cold, see what else comes up. Because maybe he's done it on podcasts. It wouldn't surprise me.
He did it on Scarboro's Country.
There you go.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin drops by the studio. So good.
Follow him on at what is it? It's Daniel Van Kirk at Twitter.
Yeah, Dan's a great dude. Are we streaming 2K18 on Friday at midnight? No. There's a Star Wars show though that you should watch that's on Friday nights. But you're gonna want to jump to the end. That's usually when he does the interview bits.
Stunners and F-bombs like it's going out.
Country music.
Runaway train, never coming back. Yeah. One way on a runway track.
That's Dan Black's podcast, and Dan Black's another great guy in the area that we got to try and get on the show. Listen to his podcast, Comedians of Wrestling. He does a wrestling show at UCB that I've been lucky enough to be a part of, and he's the person I'm talking to bring stuff over here for Ray to Ramble
from UCB
to present. But yeah, as far as 2K18, we're definitely going to want to try some stuff. Soon.
I definitely want to create our characters. I think that's awesome. I mean, I'm going to create a Jack Morrison Soldier 76 so I can wrestle you guys, but that would be awesome to stream that.
Okay. Is Jinder locked to be champion until the Rumble? We have one more of the big four. We still have one more.
Survivor Series.
We have Survivor Series. It'll depend on who he's up against. It'll depend on who he's against.
What's left for him to jump off of?
Helicopter.
Well, Shane, I thought he was going to do a double backflip into a Dixie Cup at Mania.
Right.
Oh, yeah, we got a couple PS4s in the studios for sure, Grandmaster. What's Shane going to do next year at Hell in a Cell? What's left for him to jump off? Yeah, the interplay. Jinder probably facing Bobby Roode. I wouldn't mind that. I like Bobby Roode.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm indifferent towards Bobby Roode, and I don't care for Jinder.
Ooh, hot takes. The hottest takes.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, guys, so thank you so much for watching. Stick around tonight because we have the Buffy RPG coming up. You're going to want to see that. And
Can we announce what the RPG is for next week?
I don't know.
Okay, because I know what it is, but I just don't want to say it if it's not.
I haven't heard, so I don't know.
Right.
Maybe they.
But this is the last week for Buffy. Next week is going to be the new one. So make sure you guys. Oh, next week's last week. Okay, so two more tonight and then next week, and then we got the next week. Cool.
Corrected.
Thanks, Emma.
So definitely stay tuned for that. That's tonight and tomorrow night. You're gonna tune in because this guy's doing some Valiant stuff.
Yeah, Valiant Vanquish going down, holding it down.
And then as for me, I'll be here Monday doing some stuff. That's my next thing. I'm working on the Hyper Sketch right now, which is going to be for the next Hyperdrive, which will be the Saturday before Halloween. Got a lot of cool stuff we're working on. And also, if you are going to TwitchCon and you see any of us, please come up and say hello. We're going to have some very cool announcements and stuff going on there. We're going to be doing a couple panels. We'll probably be able to talk about that more in the next couple days. So stay tuned for that. Andy, thank you so much for joining us, my man.
Thanks, guys. I didn't get lost this time.
He made it.
What a treat.
It's happening. It's finally happening. Anyway, anything you want to plug? Anything people want to find you online?
At Andy Ravage on the Twitters. Twitch, I'm going to start streaming again. I promise. Marvel's Capcom Infinite. I'll whoop your ass. Andy Ravage Pro on Twitch.
Okay. There you go, Janelle.
Yep. So join me every Tuesday here dealing damage before Ray to Ramble from 3 to 6. And then I will be doing some Overwatch competitive tomorrow streaming. And Andy will be part of that too because he's his computer's right next to mine.
Because I have no choice.
His computer's right next to mine.
Unless I get lost.
And it's at Janelle Santa Cruz. Follow on Twitch as well. It's Janelle Santa Cruz.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Iffy Waddy Way on Twitter and Instagram. You can catch me here.
Wait! I miss Bray, or what is it, Sister Iffydale?
Oh!
Please deliver this to Sister Iffydale. Yeah, Sister Iffydale.
Woo! It's me, Mr. Abigail. You can catch me in your dreams.
Poor Finn Balor had to act like that was a big deal. Poor Finn. As for me, Twitter.com/Jurassic Alien. And also, guys, if you're watching this live, thank you so much. But this is also on the YouTube channel. If you dig this, if you're a wrestling fan, if you have friends that are wrestling fans, go give the YouTube. If you prefer listening to this, our SoundCloud, we have an Hyper RPG SoundCloud where this show goes up there as I'm gonna keep going as a podcast. So go check that out. Please share Radio Ramble. We really think we're doing some great stuff, and we got some cool stuff coming up as well. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the Buffy RPG. Go watch wrestling.